Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video we're gonna talk about TashaK slamming Rolling Stone's report on Jonathan Majors. Thank God someone is paying attention, and not just that, other media outlets are catching up on Rolling Stones and the gap that they have in this report. What TashaK is saying is that this report is not making any sense because Jonathan Majors attended Yale. How is it that he has a history of abusing nine people? You know Yale, right? TashaK is saying Yale is a cracker school. I'm just paraphrasing what she's saying. It's not verbatim, right? But she is right, though. She's right on the ball. She's right on the tee. Ain't no way he would have been able to even get slightly aggressive with one colleague, one student, one professor, and his ass would have been kicked out of that institution. But here we are having people quick to believe Rolling Stone's fake report. Let me tell you something. There's one thing that I've been able to identify with Hollywood, and that is whenever you don't bend over and let them have their way with you, honey, they will go above and beyond to ruin you. And when you see some media outlets reporting and it's saying that they're investigating, you know it's all a damn lie. Rolling Stones have been doing this to black men for quite some time. They did the same thing to Ye, said they investigated Ye using explicit content to bully and intimidate because Ye is not an aggressor. They tried to paint him to be one repeatedly, but he has no criminal record, no history of being an aggressor. So what could they do? They could hit him the other area that he spoke about he has challenges with. Now, with Jonathan Majors, I do hope that more people gets on board because there's a unified effort to ruin this man, all because of one bitter, angry woman who could not stand rejection. Jonathan Majors' parents has ensured that, they have done everything that they need to do. But TashaK said that they raised him to be a white man. He doesn't know that he's black. I find that to be really funny. But I understand what she's saying, though. Jonathan Majors was raised amongst the elite. He wasn't cultured, the manner in which the average black citizen in America was cultured. And she's saying that the mere fact that you went to Yale, a school that is predominantly white, they don't want to really see black people. Jonathan Majors couldn't have harassed a single human being and get away with it, not even once. And we all know that that is true. And I said this. And not just that, she's saying that the moment that Rolling Stones said that every individual that they interviewed decided that they want to remain anonymous, there's cracks, there's lies. They did no investigation. It was just a unified effort to assassinate Jonathan Majors' character. TashaK has the story down to the T. Not just that, how did Grace Jabari get to accuse Jonathan Majors of a crime? And what led to Rolling Stones doing the investigation is because the lawyer, Jonathan Majors' lawyer, is pressuring the police department to do the right thing because Jonathan Majors was the one who called the police and said, come get this lady, because he was, willing and ready to go Megan Good 100%. He was seeing her on the low. So Megan Good was like, the other woman that he was seeing with Grace Jabari. All this time, this guy has been dating white chicks. It has been cool. Grace Jabari was not happy that Jonathan Majors, was ditching her for a dark-skinned girl. So what did she do? Typical white woman traditional method of ruining a black man in America. And it's true. I do believe every ounce of it. Now more than ever, I do believe that Jonathan Majors is innocent. Also, when you look at the fact that this woman is letting us know that after Jonathan Majors allegedly strangled her, beat her up, she was in the club having fun. Like, who does that? How do you get beat up to that point, but still yet, you have a fractured finger? You were in the club, all fingers seems to be working well, fine, having fun, partying up a storm, because you cannot stand to see a black man moving on from you. You should not be rejected by a black man because you see him as, who the heck do you think you are? I can ruin you if I want to because you have no rights in this country. Remember, you're black. And that's the message that they're sending to him. And as such, I believe that Rolling Stones magazine should be investigated because there's just far too much of this coming from Rolling Stones. And they only do this to black men. It's not as though they've done it to, no, it only happens to black men. Rolling Stones only do these investigations to black men. So you can tell that they have an ulterior motive. Let's ruin this man. A man that went to Yale is being referred to as having a history of aggression at Yale. Have you guys ever seen or heard of that? Let me know because guess what? I'm rolling with TashaK on this one. Go ahead, check out the video. It's on our Instagram page, and I wish that more people would chime in on this because it's not okay to be ruining someone's entire existence because you were rejected, because you cannot have a man the way that you want to, because this man is tired and wants to move on. Everyone is entitled to their right, and I don't understand, and I can never understand, why do we have people always trying to play God as though they have made you, and as such they can ruin your entire existence. But I'm telling you, Rolling Stones, the other people that is behind this character assassination, sending this man off to jail, because that's the intention. It will not work. All your plots will be exposed, and Jonathan Majors will be able to move on with his life exactly as his parents had cultured him to and intended for him to. This is not okay. You do not do this to someone's child. If he was guilty and there's strong evidence that he was guilty, that is different. But in this case, when there are so many cracks, evidence, questionable moments, and 9 aggressors at Yale, like, evidently, initially, anyone with a common sense or any knowledge of what Yale is know that if he did that once, his ass would have been behind bars. It doesn't matter if he was a scholar or not. The color of his skin would not give him the right to argue his case. It wouldn't have been a case of whether he was guilty or not. He would have been tossed behind bars immediately. So I'm standing with TashaK on this one, and I'm praying that Jonathan Majors gets justice, because ish like this, they're never okay. And guess what? Rolling Stones, you did this to Ye, and you thought it would have worked. It didn't work when you did it to Ye. And not just that, you tried to disrespect Michael Jackson's legacy. That didn't work either, because the world stood up against you on that one. And now Jonathan Majors and next black man seems to be your primary target, and it's not gonna work either, because guess what? A lot of people are paying attention and taking notes. See you all next time. Bye guys.